Ah, hell. I'm in the wrong game again.
Hey guys, Nary here from Drakewing Gaming, so you know me on Twitter, The Gaming Dragon. Today I'm coming back at you another Let's Play episode of Echo, Carl's Path. So, we got the bad ending last time, but thankfully I was able to rewind a bit and see exactly where I messed up. So I'm going to go ahead and load that right back up, guys, and we're going to get the alternate pathway for Carl. Hopefully the good one. But anyway, guys, please sit back and enjoy for the next 18 minutes while I entertain you, and let's jump right in. Alarm chain, you're up, and let's go. Okay. Here it is, that pivotal choice. Fight it, or let it help us. Fight it. No. Whether or not it made Carl feel good, I can't shake the bad feeling it gives me. I rest a hand on his. No. After everything that's happened, I don't trust whatever it is. Carl watches me closely. Seriously, we need to be more careful. Besides, I lean my head against his shoulder again. We are in this together. We don't need that thing meddling with us to get through it. I feel some of the tension go out of Carl's muscles, and we wrap each other more tightly and into our respective embraces. We sit there for a while, Carl absorbing what I just said. It's clear that whatever is influencing Carl and probably Jenna is powerful, and we have to be careful. Whatever he decides, I just pray it's the right decision. I wake up groggily, my head throbbing a bit from laying it off on the stiff pillow. Like the last time I woke up, it takes me a while to realize where I am. And just like last time, I get the sinking feeling in my stomach when I realize where that is. I lay on my side, staring at the wall in front of me, watching shadows dance along the log bumps. It's depressing, though not as much as the last time. At some point, I guess I realized that there wasn't much I could do. Just go with it and hope there's something comes out of it. At least there seemed to be a goal in the mind of whatever had control of this, whatever it was. Suddenly, I feel an arm slide over my hip and I stiffen. Carl breathes into the back of my neck. You okay? I feel the soft warmth of Carl's body press up against my back. It's been a long, long time since I felt someone spoon me. Thinking about Leo, though, only makes my stomach knot up even more. Yeah. Carl picks up on it right away. His broad muzzle sneaks over my neck, and soon he's pressing his cheek against mine. I can feel him hesitating as he does it. His movement's kind of jerky and awkward. I almost laugh, but I have to remind myself that Carl probably hasn't done this before. At least not since high school. Definitely not with a guy, at least. A hand slides over my side, close to my crotch. It doesn't go lower, though, and he keeps it pressed against my body. It feels nice, having someone close to me like this. Even though I've given up on trying to understand the situation, I'm still scared about what's happening. I can feel Carl's heart beating hard against my back, and I wonder if he's thinking about the same things. That's when I feel his very hard dick pressing against my ass. I almost laugh again. Here I am in a haunted ghost cabin, and my childhood friend is grinding up against me. The Carl feels me tense up and lifts his hand away from my stomach. Sorry, this is not... I roll over abruptly to face him. His green eyes immediately look away from mine, and I see red creeping underneath the thin fur of his ear. I decide to go with the same technique I used last night and slide up against his body before pressing my lips against his. That seems to break the ice, and he immediately responds, pressing his tongue against my lips before I open them to let it in. Carl's surprisingly good at tongue kissing, better than Leo was anyway. It glides over my tongue before flicking against my teeth. I'm momentarily worried about how I haven't brushed for at least 2 days now, but Carl doesn't seem to mind. He hasn't either after all. He wraps his hands around my back, sliding one under my body so that he can wrap me in a full embrace. The feeling of being enveloped in Carl's soft and strong warmth makes my heart skip a beat, and pretty soon I'm just as hard as he is. While his hand toys with my tail, I get to work running down my own hands under his shirt, sliding them up along his firm belly before pushing his shirt up. Carl tenses and giggles. Oh, fuck, that tickles! I pause and smirk at him. I barely touched you. I give his stomach a light prod and he curls up a bit before grabbing my wrist. Ha! Oh, dude, I think I'm just not used to being touched like... I apply both hands this time, running them like spiders up his stomach and chest. Oh, dude, no! He twists and writhes under my hands, desperately trying to stifle his giggles before finally snatching up my hands by the wrists. I'm reminded how strong he is when he easily rolls me onto my back, straddling my hips as he pins my hands above my head. You asshole! Carl's breathing heavily, letting out a little giggle every now and then. Sorry, I've just never seen someone get so... I pause to hear some movement from downstairs, followed by what sounds like Raven's voice. I'm reminded of her situation when I see flakes of blood around Carl's nose and the big splotches on his shirt. I guess we're being a little loud. Hey, yeah, how's your nose? Carl automatically raises a hand to touch his nose. Bah, hurts a little bit, but I'm okay. That's good. I lay there in silence for a few seconds, feeling like the moment is kind of ruined. I look again at the walls, remembering that we should be looking for something instead of messing around like this. What you looking at? Not sure. Hey, we should be finding something, right? Hmm? My crotch is starting to get a little uncomfortable under the weight of Carl's body. I mean, didn't that ghost ancestor, whatever it was, tell you we needed to find stuff? Carl rubs his nose. Yeah, the last place we were in, at least. I guess it would be the same for this place, right? Unless it was what we were already burned up. Yeah. Carl sits there quietly, thinking. Well, I think I might try to look downstairs. You want to stay up here and look around? Yeah. I want to get the other two to start looking, too. The threat of Jenna hangs heavy in the air, and the way we're both obviously avoiding it makes it all the heavier. What about your ankle? I flex it around. The twinge a lot less sharp now, though the stiffness feels even worse. I think I'm okay. Let me try it out. Okay. Carl sits there for a while longer, and seems to suddenly realize that he needs to get off so I can get up. He scrambles off awkwardly as I sit up and swing my leg over to the side of the bed. Pressing my foot to the floor, the twinge that runs through my ankle is minuscule. Standing up, I'm able to put some pressure on it before it hurts too much. The problem is that I can't bend the joint at all, leaving me with an obvious and lumbering limp. I think I'm okay. Can I get you down the stairs at least? I warm to the concern in Carl's voice, though I don't really want him and Jenna anywhere near each other, especially after what she might have heard just now. Nah, I want to test it out a bit more. I turn my head to look back at Carl and see a still worried look on his face. I'll call you if you need any help, okay? Carl purses his lips. All right. The trip down the stairs is ponderous and awkward. I'm probably loud, too, because when I reach the bottom, I find both Raven and Jenna already staring at me. Hey! Hey! Jenna doesn't say anything, continuing to watch me. We stare at each other awkwardly for a bit before she finally moves her head back down to look at my leg. How's your leg? Oh, it's all right. A bit stiff, though. I grasp at the opportunity to talk about anything other than what we're obviously avoiding. I think I should be able to walk normally, maybe in a few days. Hopefully in a few days we'll be out of here so you can do that. Yeah. Jenna's definitely not herself right now. Her eyes are vacant, dull, and... It's hard to explain, but they lack the mischievous and compassionate look that I'm used to seeing. Her voice is weird, too. It's deeper, more husky. We'll be out of here by then. Raven says it with a grin as he leans back in the chair he's sitting in. Yeah, actually, I wanted to talk to you guys about that. About what? About how to get out of here. And how do we do that? Well, I was thinking that the last time we were able to unlock the door, all we had to do was find that letter. Raven blinks at me. So we find a letter? Or something like that. We just need to find something, I think. We did find something. I look over at Jenna. Huh? I said we did find something. Carl burned it. Oh, well, I don't think Carl burned it. He did. I pause. But there's got to be something else, or maybe whatever's doing this has a way of putting something else here. The others don't say anything. I don't know, but we can't just sit here. Looking around is the least we can do. Where's Carl? Jenna's standing up now, looking at the ceiling. Faintly, I can hear the hot clopping of Carl's hooves on the soft wood. He's looking around upstairs. Jenna continues to look up at the ceiling, her face stony. Let's start in this room. Raven stands up and starts walking along the wall, looking up and down the logs, prodding at the spaces between. Jenna's still looking up at the ceiling, and I worry that she's going to try and go upstairs. Hey, Jenna, can you help me look around the kitchen? Jenna looks back at me. Huh? My ankle still kind of hurts. It'd be nice to be able to lean on someone if I need to walk far, like to the kitchen. Jenna pauses before moving over to my side. She stands there stoically, and I awkwardly wrap an arm around her shoulders. Thanks. Yeah. We amble slowly to the kitchen. Jenna stops in the middle of the room and waits. I guess I'll start with the cabinets? My voice goes up at the end, like I'm asking a question. Jenna doesn't say anything, so I stumble away from her, again awkwardly, before finding support on the wooden pantry. I hesitantly start opening some of the cupboards, feeling a lot less into my idea than I was just a few minutes earlier. Jenna stares out the window. So, are you okay? She finally looks back at me, frowning. I'm fine. Why? You're being really distant? Do you need me to stand next to you? No, I mean, you seem like you're not really here mentally. I'm sorry. I open another pantry door to a set of glass mugs. Is it something to do with Carl? I know that Jenna's going through something similar to what Carl is. I just have no idea what's doing it or why. Something that wants this to go as unsmoothly as possibly, clearly. I don't have a problem with Carl. I mean, what you did yesterday. I just have a problem with the way he acts. He could do a lot if he put his mind to it. It takes me a moment to realize that she's talking about what happened before all of this. So, you attacked him? What? No, that was something else. I turn around and finally see something familiar about Jenna. Some life in her eyes. Maybe all I have to do is talk about this stuff before this whole warp to a ghost dimension. I mean, he tries, he just has problems. Shouldn't a psychology major know that? Jenna looks away from me. I guess, but I'm not a therapist. So what? So I don't know. I know, I mean, shouldn't anyone have sympathy? I'd have a little more sympathy if he'd actually try and get help. He has, but it's not that easy. Again, I don't feel like I should be explaining this to someone who has 4 years of psychology under her belt. I tried to get help, but I didn't feel better for years. Jen doesn't say anything. Carl's problems didn't really start until his first year of college. I keep pulling open cupboards, my heart sinking a little more each time there's nothing inside. I mean, yeah, he has problems before, but it's only getting worse for him. Well, it doesn't matter what I think about Carl right now. We're trying to find a way out of here, and screwing around isn't going to help. Jenna says it in such a way that I feel like it was supposed to be pointed. There's little doubt now that she heard us messing around upstairs. I sigh and reach up to pull open the last cabinet. He's not who you think he is. It's so quiet and deep that I'm not sure that it's Jenna that said it. I turn around, but she's already on the other side of the room, standing next to the opposite set of pantries. Did you say something? She doesn't respond. I stare at her for another few seconds before slowly turning back around. The fur on the back of my neck prickles at the idea of turning my back on her. Why do these damn ghosts have to be so subtle and cryptic? If that's what it is, of course. It seemed like James had no trouble telling Carl about the whole clue-finding crap. Why couldn't they just tell him, or even Jenna, right now instead of just creeping me out? The kitchen isn't very big, so I run out of things to search through pretty quickly. I skip the area around the window, though not having forgotten what happened yesterday. Yesterday? I don't know how to keep track of time in this place. I look back over at Jenna, who's still in the same place, staring at the pantry. The thought that maybe I myself could be possessed momentarily passes through my mind. For some reason, I doubt it, even though I'm not sure why. I don't really feel like I'm of interest to whatever it is that's doing this. At least not directly. As I continue to stare, I see something past Jenna at the base of the stairs. A ram's horn curling out from around the corner to the entrance of the stairs. I stare for a moment. Hey, I'm gonna go upstairs. Jenna's head snaps back sharply to stare at me, and I swear I hear her neck crack. Just to see if he found anything. I'll be back. I awkwardly slide my way out from the kitchen towards the stairs, Jenna's gaze following me the entire way. Once I reach the base of the stairs, I find Carl standing there. He jumps when I come around the corner and stands straight up, one hand resting against the wall. His eyes are red and the short fur on his face is all mussed up. Carl, are you okay? I whisper it, but Carl immediately turns around and starts back up the stairs quietly. I follow him, wondering what it could be. Did he find something horrific? I wouldn't be surprised at all if that were the case. Once we reached the top of the stairs, Carl heads straight for the bedroom. Carl, what happened? Did you find something? At that moment, he turns around and hugs me. It's so enveloping and firm that the air is almost crushed out of me. I grunt and freeze for a moment, listening to Carl huff into my chest. He's holding me like I'm something precious, like if he lets go, I'm going to be swept away somehow. I'm quiet for a few seconds, letting Carl get whatever this is out of his system. My arms are pinned down to my sides anyway, so it's not like I can respond physically. Hey, are you okay? It's a dumb question because none of us are okay. Carl finally lets go. He turns away from me, right to sit on the bed and put his face in his hands. My shirt is damp, and I look down to see 2 wet spots where his eyes had been. Tentatively, I sit down next to him at the foot of the bed and put my hand on his back. Hey, what happened? Carl sniffs loudly, wiping his eyes before putting his face back down in his hands. Ram sighs before finally straightening up to lean to get back on his hands, looking away from me. I just feel like shit is all. Can I help? I just had a moment, couldn't breathe. I keep rubbing his back, knowing that there really isn't anything I can do. A panic attack? How come? A lot of things. Carl shivers under my touch. And, I feel like everyone's mad at me. Why? No one's mad at you. Well, Jenna, first of all. But I feel like everyone thinks this is my fault or something. What? Why would any of this be your fault? Who's probably right about Jenna, though. It's my house, my great, whatever it is. It's all just my shit. He sniffs. I don't know, just being alone gets me thinking about this stuff. About how I'm still fucking everything up. Dude, Jenna told us. Fucked up things are happening everywhere, not just your house. I look around, which I'm assuming we're still in. Maybe. I look back down at Carl. What brought all this up? We're all just working together to get ourselves out of here. Carl wipes his face and sniffles noisily before sitting up straight. I wasn't finding anything, and I started thinking about what would happen if we ever do find anything. It's not gonna happen. These things that are doing this are trying to tell us something, right? I don't know about that, man. They seem just as confused and angry as we are. Carl looks at me with his reddened eyes. It's like they're fighting, too. 1 second, guys. Okay. Yeah, I guess they're having some issues. Carl reaches out and I let him pull me into his side. I don't resist and Carl chuckles. It's just creepy being up here alone. I fit against him almost perfectly and I lay my head against his shoulder. Sorry. Sorry. For what? I feel like I should be the strong one. Huh? And you've already seen me cry like twice. Hey, I don't believe in the strong one type of crap. I rest a hand on Carl's thigh, squeezing it. You're strong for the other person when they need it, and both people will need it eventually. Carl shifts against me, and he laughs nervously. You're talking about us like we're a thing. Aren't we a thing? Look at what we're doing right now. I don't know, man. It's hard to say when you're stuck in a haunted cabin. I feel him press his nose against my head, inhaling. This place is doing weird things to me. I squeeze his thigh again. Yeah, we can talk about it. We can actually get out of here, but when this stuff isn't fucking with our heads. So are we a thing, but just in the ghost dimension? Heh, sure, for now. I'm fine with that for now. He breathes in deeply. You smell good. I snort. What do I smell like? Like the ocean. Dude, I'm a river otter. Besides, the river and ocean smell bad. Carl nibbles into the side of my neck and I gasp, trying to pull away from him. He pulls me back easily with his superior strength before pushing me back onto the bed, teasing at my neck with his warm nose. Carl, stop! I hiss at him, trying not to burst out laughing. He mumbles against my neck. Hey, I'm just getting you back for earlier. I giggle helplessly behind a closed mouth, trying to keep quiet. I can't deny I like this, but Jenna's criticism just minutes earlier has me feeling hesitant. He starts to move lower, but at that moment I hear a metal clang echo up the stairs. We both pause, and Carl's large ears are perked under his beanie. I prop myself up on my elbows and look towards the doorway. I guess we should get back to searching. Yeah. With the moment clearly over, Carl sits back up on the side of the bed while I straighten out my shirt. You found something? Raven's voice drifts faintly up the stairs. Carl and I look at each other. Hey, maybe we won't need to. You want to go check? Yeah, wait here a sec. If it's nothing, I'll come back up and help you look around, alright? Okay. Carl scoots to the side so I can get off the bed. It takes me a few minutes to get down the stairs on a stiff ankle. Once I get into the kitchen, I'm confronted with an odd scene. Jenna's halfway into the wood-burning stove, reaching into the back, probably up into the metal tube. What are you doing? She found something. Raven's standing off to the side of the stove, bouncing on the balls of his feet. It's stuck. Jenna grunts as she adjusts herself, reaching in from a different angle. What is it? I hobble slowly across the room towards them. You need help? I realize she's talking to me. But I just shake my head at the husky as I watch Jenna pull back and look into the opening of the stove. Goddamn thing shouldn't be that hard to get. And maybe I can help. But Jenna's already plunging her hand back in, head sticking it just out of the opening as she does. It seems to garner some success as she smirks. Ha! Got it! Then her whole body jerks as she's seemingly yanked into the opening. Raven yelps as Jenna grabs onto the side of the stove to help keep from getting pulled in. Oh my gosh! Jenna! My voice rises in panic as I see her get yanked a second time. Alright, I'll pause it right here. Ooh, sounds like a good place to pause it. Ooh, this is gonna be good. Ooh, next episode is gonna be good. Alright, guys, thank you for watching. I course corrected. Yay! No more horrible ending, hopefully. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell. Leave a super thanks or a tip if you can. It always helps. Until the next video, I love you all. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye!